It's no secret that What If Goku Was Born with God Ki was one of my most popular videos ever. So that left people asking another question. What if Goku was born with Ultra Instinct? The most powerful form and technique currently available in the series? Yes, Ultra Instinct is a form and technique, check out my video on Ultra Instinct for more details on that, will be made available at the beginning of the series, so just how would that shake things up? I'm sure other people have done this, and I'm actually aware of one person in particular who has, but I have a feeling that my take on the subject will be very different from others you've heard. Before we dive deeper into that, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more Dragon Ball content that comes out fairly regularly, I'd say. So without further ado, let's head away from Earth, fly through space, and arrive at a distant planet. That's right. Our story begins on the world of the Saiyans, planet Vegeta, in age 737, where a new Saiyan has just been born. This Saiyan was measured at birth and found to have very little in terms of dormant potential, as well as little birth power to begin with. This means that Goku's birth circumstances seemed normal compared to the original story, however, that wasn't going to remain the case. While Bardock was off-planet, conquering worlds for Frieza's empire, Guinea was at their home and keeping an eye on their newborn son Kakarot in his incubation chamber, and she's been noticing something strange. Every now and then, for the briefest of moments, Guinea swore that she could see Goku's body begin to glow and his hair almost appears to be silver, but as quickly as she would see it, it would disappear. When it disappeared, Goku would begin crying too, and as Guinea tried to console him through the glass, she just made herself believe that she was seeing an illusion, a glare of light on the tank perhaps, but it happened fairly often, and even at times when she couldn't think of a light source that would make the supposed glare. However, Guinea made no note of this, keeping it in the back of her mind until the day that Bardock would return home. As all the Saiyans were ordered to, Bardock returned to planet Vegeta, and just as happened originally, his suspicions regarding Frieza began to peak. He explained these feelings to Guinea, the idea of a Super Saiyan being the thing that Frieza fears the most and thus the reason he would betray them all. After explaining his feelings, Bardock suggests that they send Kakarot off-world, and Guinea was about to protest the idea. That was until she thought about what she saw. Could Kakarot be the Super Saiyan that Frieza fears? With this information in mind, Guinea reveals to Bardock what she's seen, the glowing and hair color changes that have been happening to Kakarot quite frequently. Now she was sure of what she saw. These were no optical illusions caused by some glare. Her son might be the Super Saiyan. They had a month until Frieza would destroy planet Vegeta, and that gave Bardock time to stay a night and think about what Guinea told him. Luckily for him, he'd not only think about it, he'd actually witness Kakarot's strange transformation firsthand. After seeing it with his own eyes, Bardock tells Guinea that they need to share this information with King Vegeta. It's no secret that their king wanted to rebel against Frieza, and by sending their sons off-world together, perhaps that rebellion could take place with the next generation. Without hesitation, Bardock barged into the castle and forced his way to have an audience with King Vegeta. He expressed his thoughts about his own son to King Vegeta, the strange transformation that he saw with him, and even his suspicions regarding Frieza's gathering of all the Saiyans on planet Vegeta. King Vegeta simply laughed at Bardock. He said normally he'd have a commoner's head for barging into his throne room, but instead he got a good laugh out of it, so if Bardock knows what's best for him, he'd leave right now. Bardock almost spoke out again, but he held his tongue and left the throne room extremely hastily. If the king wouldn't join him, he'd at least save his own son. Meanwhile, some of Bardock's words rang true with King Vegeta, who requested an audience with Frieza to discuss how the Saiyans could be more useful to the Empire as a whole. If Frieza saw loyalty in them, that could only benefit the entire Saiyan race, regardless of if Bardock's babblings held any truths. Unfortunately for King Vegeta, this would be the final decision in his life as king. The visitation to Frieza ended with the death of King Vegeta. One Saiyan killed early wasn't a big deal to Frieza after all, and he never really cared for the brutish king of the Saiyans. During this, the events of Goku's departure from planet Vegeta to Earth line up fairly well with the original story. So, Goku is sent off-world to Earth, Bardock and Guinea perish along with planet Vegeta, and Kakarot continues to dip in and out of the silver-haired state. Once on Earth, Goku is found by Grandpa Gohan, who raises the boy as best he can until one day the rambunctious child falls from his arms into a chasm. A life-threatening scenario is exactly what needed to happen for Goku to fully unlock his birth power. Goku's hair turns silver, and this time it sticks. Before he hits the ground, Goku flips in midair, avoiding the hit on his head. Now we have a Goku in permanent Ultra Instinct, and he hasn't hit his head either. The future from here is super easy. Goku having the technique of the gods available to him as his permanent base state will make every challenge far easier and leave his days bright and happy going forward. Just kidding, he's dead, lol. April Fools.
He dead!
But seriously, Goku would not survive being born with Ultra Instinct. Remember, the technique of Ultra Instinct required a Goku that was far stronger than any Saiyan in history, even in just his base form, to transform into a limit-breaking form. This Goku had universe-destructive power easily in just his normal state, yet that, and the many transformations he has on top of it, don't give his body enough fortitude to handle using Ultra Instinct. This leads to Goku's body being battered throughout the Tournament of Power, and that's with him only using Ultra Instinct in brief bursts, rather than being some permanent or constantly reoccurring state like it is for Goku in this What If. In short, Goku being born with Ultra Instinct can only go one of two ways. One, you make Goku so powerful at birth that he can withstand using Ultra Instinct constantly. This leads to him being put in the super elite section for births on planet Vegeta and dying on the planet as it's destroyed. Or two, Goku dying from Ultra Instinct due to the power being far greater than his small and weak body can handle as a baby or child. This is sort of where the line is drawn between being born with God Ki, which is by nature peaceful, calm, and completely natural, versus the seemingly violent nature of Ultra Instinct when used by somebody that isn't physically capable of doing so yet. Anyway, happy April Fool's Day. Check out my second channel, Gym Leader Carthu, if you want to find out what Goku's Pokemon team is and many other characters as well as him. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want more content on this channel, and thank you so much for watching.